Hey, what's happening everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day, and in particular everyone is having an awesome start to the 2024 calendar year. As today's title and thumbnail indicate, we are going to focus on the C8 Z06 marketplace, the current situation and trends that I am observing with real-time retail and wholesale data around the C8 Z06. For those that are subscribed to the channel, you know that I've made a couple of videos around this topic in recent months to use my small Corvette platform to spread the word that the C8 Corvette marketplace has truly collapsed. Particularly the C8 Stingray market has been obliterated over the last 6 to 9 months. We saw Whitmore Chevrolet, a very reputable and consumer-friendly Chevy dealership, sell a C8 Corvette Stingray for $10,000 below MSRP. They've posted a few vehicles for $5,000 below MSRP. And as I've shown in past videos, there are many ways to get good leads on C8 Corvettes and Z06s at or below MSRP. So check out some of those old videos. I don't want to hash out a lot of repeat details for the first time stoppers and continued subscribers, so I want to dive right into today's video that is going to focus on the C8 Z06. I've kind of obfuscated some of my trend details between the Z06 and the Stingray, so I thought it would be helpful seeing the trends change in the last couple of weeks around the C8 Z06 to take some time to make a Z06 specific video. And real quick, before we dive into the numbers, if you are stopping by for the first time, if you like the content, you want to see more, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Take a few seconds to scroll through some of the older videos and watch some of the older content. I promise you it's informative and helpful, as the titles and thumbnails will indicate those are the topics that I cover in the respective videos. So there's no clickbaiting, there's no misconception, there's no misleading. Definitely check out some of the old videos, and again, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell notification so you are notified every time there is a new video. I have a lot of similar analytical trend and data videos coming, as well as some really cool ownership videos in the works, so you don't want to miss out on all the fun. Definitely subscribe. So I want to make it very clear, I am not saying that C8 Z06s are all at MSRP or below MSRP right now, but I want to raise the red flag that the trends are there that we saw with the C8 Stingrays 6 to 9 months ago. And I raised the alarm then, and look how quickly the market has dropped since then. On the wholesale side for the Stingray, I started seeing Stingrays going across wholesale auctions, which are dealer auctions where dealers sell cars to other dealerships. Stingrays back then were starting to dip well below MSRP, and I'm starting to see a similar trend. In these screenshots below for both the Coupes and the HTCs, you can see the 2023 3LZ Z06s and Stingrays. I have highlighted and circled vehicles that have sold for below their MSRP. I have to take this data and kind of go look up window stickers to match up which have and which have not gone for below MSRP. But it is important to note that over the last 2 weeks, the most that a single car has fetched over MSRP was a super low mileage vehicle that went 5 over sticker. Everything else has been at or below MSRP within a couple $1,000s, so no drastic numbers below MSRP, but at least you're starting to see that dealers are no longer spending over MSRP to get these cars on the used market. And so in a nutshell, on the wholesale side, not a single car has gone for over 5K over MSRP, so dealers are no longer paying over sticker for these cars, or at least a nominal amount over for the right spec. But a large volume of them have sold for a couple $1,000s below MSRP, which is again a red flag that this market has turned pretty quickly. Switching gears to the retail side, I'm very hesitant to share retail analytics. They're not great for definitive answers, but they are very good for spotting trends, and I've been watching BringATrailer with their C8 Z06s really struggle to move any of the Z06s that have come across their platform. And so it's very important to look at the retail side for trends on what the consumers are doing to get a good gauge on where the marketplace is going. So here you can see all the C8 Corvettes in the last 2 weeks or so that have gone across BringATrailer. The focus on today's video is the Z06, so let's take the Stingrays out of the equation and focus on just the Z06s. Here you can see 6 cars that have gone across BringATrailer in the last 2 weeks, and it's important to line up MSRPs with what they were bid to, because only one car here listed has sold. So taking a little bit of time to extract the window stickers and put the MSRPs on the screen here, you can see from the oldest to the newest, you have a brand new car. The 2024 you see at the bottom of your screen was a 3LZ convertible with a $142,000 sticker. And it is the only car in 2 weeks to bid over MSRP, and the reason for that being is this is a brand new car from the dealership, which means that you are the first registered owner of this car. Now, I've pointed out in previous videos that it is actually against the ethical practices of General Motors' dealer franchise agreement to sell brand new cars to auction, but again, General Motors doesn't enforce their predatory practices by dealerships. But I won't go on that rant in today's video. The next car that you see that sold on January 20th was a $130,000 top bid for a $130,000 MSRP, so the car only bid to sticker. Same thing goes for the next car. You have a 2023 3LZ 70th Anniversary Edition in the white tint coat finish, which is an ultra rare spec for a C8 Z06 that only bid to MSRP. On the 21st, you had a 3LZ Z07 package car come across that was bid to $151 that had a window sticker of $157,000. So this notion that the Z07s are still fetching top dollar and the base Z06 is non-Z07 are the ones hurting is kind of now not really true, because we're seeing Z07 package cars not fetch MSRP on the retail side. Same thing for the next one, ultra low mileage 3LZ non-Z07, 145K sticker, 145 bids. That one's like $300-400 below MSRP for the top bid, again failed to sell. And the only Z06 that has been marked as sold across BringATrailer in the last 2 weeks sold for $140,000, which was a 3LZ Z07 car with a $141,000 sticker. So this is a 3LZ Z07 car that sold for $1,000 below MSRP. And mind you, this car only had less than 100 miles on it. And so as you can see, wholesale side dealers are not bidding MSRP for these cars to try to get them from dealer wholesale auction. The transaction data over the last couple weeks shows us that they are going for below MSRP. On the retail side, you're seeing a majority of C8 Z06s fail to bid over MSRP. So all in all, what does this mean for the C8 Z06 market? I observed a similar trend 6 to 9 months ago on the C8 Stingray and sounded the alarm back then that the market was coming down on the Stingrays. Share this video, like this video, leave a comment, and make sure you spread the word that the C8 Z06s are now struggling to get MSRP or too much over that amount, so dealers can't misguide consumers and price gouge a large sum of money away from them. I know a lot of dealerships are still holding $20,000-$30,000 over MSRP, waiting for somebody that's uninformed to come through the doors. And the intent of this video is simply to spread the word so that somebody like that doesn't fall victim to a predatory dealership. Now, even though I saw a similar trend in the C8 Stingray 6 to 9 months ago, I don't expect the Z06 market to collapse as quickly because there is a production disparity. They don't make as many Z06s as they do C8 Stingrays, and so because the production of the Stingray is almost 10x the volume of a Z06, a little bit less now, but I'm talking last year's overall numbers to the Z06, you're talking about a huge disparity in production volume that's going to elongate the collapse of the Z06 marketplace. But at the same time, there are aggressive catalysts where last year we didn't see interest rates spike up or start spiking up back then, and now interest rates are kind of at an all-time high for automotive vehicles. So I still expect the C8 Z06 to take a pretty quick decline over the next 3 to 9 months. And lastly, I think the question that I get asked the most is about the C8 Corvette E-Ray. I am one of the few YouTubers that have been saying since the launch of the C8 Corvette E-Ray. More and more YouTubers are starting to take these words and take my opinion and run with it, but at the end of the day, I've been saying since day one that I think the C8 E-Ray is overpriced. Let's be honest, General Motors came in too high on the E-Ray, and even though the launch price was a little bit too high, they were probably $6,000 to $7,000 more than where I think that car should have been priced. They've since raised the base price before delivering a single Corvette from the announcement, so now the C8 E-Ray is even more overpriced in my opinion. And we can tell because at the price point that the C8 E-Ray currently is, demand is abysmal. I don't think that people are knocking down doors to try to get the E-Ray like they were for the Z06. Some of that has to do with the marketplace. Some of that has to do with the vehicle and the price point that it is coming in at. And so when you're talking about buying a car, about breaking even on a sports car for a short ownership stint or losing a little bit of money, a car that's $10,000 overpriced is not a huge number, but it is going to increase the cost of ownership if the market corrects the price of that car too quickly. And a lot of this C8 market collapse is largely due to the fact that the overall exotic and performance car market has cratered over the last year. Basically, interest rates for cars are at a near all-time high, definitely the highest they've been in the last decade or so. You have a lot of money quickly drying up from the economy, the average household income is down, so a lot of factors contribute to this, but at the same time, You can get clean Lamborghini Huracans now for almost in or around $200,000. You can get clean Audi R8s for like low 130s, low 140s. You can get Acura NSXs for like 105, 110. Because all of these other cars that the Corvette was competing with have come down drastically in value, the overall value proposition of what you get for the dollar from the C8 Corvette is lost a little bit, and General Motors isn't helping their case by making an affordable mid-engine supercar that's now costing much closer to the competitors, thus bridging that gap and taking away some of that demand. But yeah, so that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you have not already, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, until the very next video, I look forward to seeing all of you in the comment section below.